Recently, I picked up 1984 by George Orwell. Written in the 1940s, a sci-fi dystopian novel set in the year, well, 1984. The author introduces an interesting concept of telescreens right at the beginning, a device that broadcasts and transmits 24/7. The broadcast is usually propaganda and the transmission is of the user in front of it. Their expression, their physicality, and to some extent, their thoughts. Thoughts are constantly controlled, history altered, fake news spread, all to serve the one big brother. Now, an average person reading this in the 1940s might think, well,
that's fucking stupid.
But fast forward to 2024, and it doesn't seem too far off from what George was thinking. There are no telescreens, but there's television, the modern computer, smart devices, all that are always broadcasting and transmitting to serve our version of the big brother, the algorithm. We're constantly being fed an ocean of information, so how much of what I see is actually in my own hands? Are we controlling the algorithm, or the algorithm controlling us? I need to know things, everything, or at least the things that my screen wants me to know. The geopolitical tensions of the region I live in, the politics of the country I'm from, the next big billion-dollar wedding, the Olympics, more weddings, politics of the United States, the release date of the 9th season of The Vampire Diaries, more weddings, and it's been the same wedding all this time. When I'm not watching one screen, I'm probably watching the other. Always stimulated. If I'm not watching, I'm listening. I cannot remember the last time I ate lunch without my screen in my hand. I don't generate thoughts anymore, they're generated for me. I think the only time I think is when I'm in the shower. That's where I thought of making this video anyway. Because thinking would mean questioning, and nobody likes someone who asks too many questions. Thinking would mean creating. And what if somebody created the anti-algorithm? It's too risky to let that happen. I'm constantly watching, absorbing, like a sponge, except that instead of water, I'm absorbing slop, numbing the areas of my brain that drive creativity, thought, and intellect. But it wasn't always like this. Childhood was very different. Those were the good times. And I can't help but think, maybe the good times never left. Maybe I just stopped paying attention to them.
I don't know.